This is not about a blow dryer, and if you thought it was, well, buckle up, Buttercup, because these conversations are hotter than that flat iron you're still wondering if you left on. I'm Kat, a hairstylist, educator, and one of the beauty industry's beautifully defiant misfits. This podcast isn't about viral hair trends, client bashing, or the latest formula for whatever shade of brown we're renaming this season. It's about the stories, the lessons, and the trial and error moments that shape careers, confidence, and the craft. So whether you're starting your journey in Cosmo school, thriving behind the chair, still finding your rhythm, or just looking for that push to get back on track, welcome to This Is Not About a Blow Dryer, where we talk beauty in a whole new way. Journey of a Cosmo student, the origin story. I'm Kat, a hairstylist of almost 20 years, educator, and someone who has been exactly where you are right now. Confused, curious, maybe a little overwhelmed, but still daring to dream big. This first episode is where it all begins. My origin story as a cosmetology student. How I stumbled into beauty school, what I thought I was doing with my life, and some of the moments that almost made me quit, and why I stayed. So let's dive in. Now, I wish I could say I came out of the womb knowing hair was what I wanted to do. Subconsciously, I think it was always there, but if I'm really honest, it didn't occur to me as a career path at first. I honestly thought I was going to be a fashion designer or be in fashion in some way, shape, or form because I was that kid that would buy something and then chop it up and turn it into something else. I mean, in retrospect, I'm probably every parent's bank account nightmare. Even when my friends would ask me to do their hair for school dances or for dance and performances, I would have friends that would say, "Oh my gosh, you're going to do my hair one day for my wedding." It didn't actually register, though, that could be something that I could do. Funny enough, almost 20 years later, I ended up doing one of those friends' hair for their wedding. So that was a fun full circle moment. Now, I bet you're wondering then, Kat, get to it. How did you end up here? Well, I had my son, Preston. Preston completely changed my life. At the time, I was living in Seattle, working at Nordstrom, living my best city life. I literally packed up my car pretty much the week after high school graduation and was like, adios to my small town right in the middle of Washington. But when Preston came along, I realized I needed help. And I was lucky enough to have my family step up and say, "Come home, we can help." That move back to my hometown was something that I wanted to resist so bad, but it was definitely that reset button that I needed. And here's the kicker. Preston's grandma, not my mom, but his dad's mom, also just so happened to be my hairdresser. And she was the one who said, "Why don't you try beauty school? It's flexible, it's creative, it's something you can really build around being a single mom." 3 months later, I was enrolled. Full transparency. I walked into this with the mindset that this was my backup plan. In my head, I was going to go work my way through corporate Nordstrom and be Latina Charlotte Pickles from Rugrats and run the show. If you don't catch that reference, I'm definitely old enough to be your mentor, so you're in a good spot. And if you do catch that reference, welcome, family. Let's elevate this industry together. But beauty school quickly became more than a backup for me. It became a doorway into the fashion world I wanted to get in all along. It was just a different vessel of getting there and a different entrance to walk into. And listen, beauty school was not easy for me. This is no shade to cosmetology instructors. In fact, a couple of them still hold such a special place in my heart. But I learned the absolute least in beauty school. When it was time to take real models, I panicked. Like full-blown anxiety, I skipped school for a little over a week because I was terrified of getting a men's haircut wrong. Luckily, one of my instructors came in. She was the coolest person ever, had this really cool rockabilly badass style, tattoos everywhere, and just always had killer makeup and cool, fun hair colors. She called me. Yeah, she called me at home and was like, "Kitty, I know what you're doing. Get back here." Pause. If you ever call me Kitty, we're gonna have some words because she is the only person in the world because of how she says it, her inflection, and honestly, she is really badass and scares me a little bit that can ever call me Kitty without getting any kind of attitude. Nonetheless, because of her badassery, I did make my way back. She scheduled me my first men's haircut. Enter a curly bi-level haircut. Bi-level meaning it was a mullet. Yeah, not a cool shaggy mullet we love now, but like a true mullet. I cut myself about 4 times. I was sweating bullets for about an hour and a half, but nonetheless, I got through it. It looked great. He left. And that moment, I figured, hey, it can only get better from here. My journey was long. There were moments of self-sabotage, moments where I felt like everyone was judging me, not just as a student, but honestly as a young kid trying to raise a young kid and figure it all out. Nonetheless, I did it. I got my license and I thought that meant I had made it. I thought wanting it more than anyone else would automatically make me the next Nick Arrojo or Tabitha Coffey. And I mean, I really was like, I want this more than anybody. I deserve this. Why I deserved it? I don't know. Was it the mindset? No. Different talk, different day. And the biggest spoiler alert was that mentality was not how any of it worked. And that wake-up call came later on when I started my apprenticeship, which is also another episode for another day. So here's what I want you to take away from this. Whether you're in beauty school now, 10 years or even more behind the chair, maybe you're leading a team of stylists, we all have those moments where we think, I should already have this figured out. I should be there already. But growth takes time. It takes messing up. It takes rerouting sometimes. It takes new vessels. And sometimes it takes cutting yourself 4 times during a haircut mullet to, be like, it's going to be okay. Our next few episodes are going to dig into the ways I self-sabotage myself during beauty school and how you can avoid the same things. And if you're not a student anymore, I promise there are still nuggets in there for you too, from behind the chair in your everyday business or even as you mentor and guide your team. So what do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Maybe you've got your own horror story from beauty school. Let's talk about it. DM me, share your story, or tag me so we can start a conversation. And if you haven't already, hit follow so you don't miss next week's episode, where we'll have another conversation that's not about a blow dryer. See you soon.